Hello and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 2, the movie. Before we get started, we need to give Minsk his level up. You can see his Taco reduced by 1, and he gained an additional priest spell. Something kind of unique to Minsk. He can cast priest spells, not many, but we're going to give him Armor of Fate, just to make him a slightly better melee character. We're going to send Yoshimo out and defuse these traps really quick before we
I
talk
know
to
a
our
discerning
Ledrian
eye
here.
when I
He is
see
going
one.
to sell potions of master thievery. Now we want to sell off all of our shit that we don't need from Irenicus' dungeon and buy all of those potions, which will come in handy very soon. We tell this little kid that we can find our own way. We're going to have a quick look around here at the slums district, where we can find the Copper Coronet and a bunch of other interesting places. But right now, we're more interested in heading back to Joaquin's Promenade. You can tell by looking at Yoshimo's portrait, he's got the four-leaf clover over there. He is potioned up. I stole as much as I could from our Ladrian, and now our goal is to go steal as much as we can from everyone else.
Out of my way.
But
You
first,
there.
Calm down, Corvale. Mr. F don't like you killing people in the streets.
Shut your mouth, dwarf. As for you, I said get your stinking hide out of my way.
so this fight is not super easy because you cannot cast spells. My main character, he cannot buff up or anything like that. Jahira could cast her spells if she wanted to because she's a druid, and Mince could cast his spells. But right now, our best melee fighter is Gimp pretty hard because he is forced to go into this fight with no armor class to speak of. So it turns into a bit of a kiting fest here. Trying to get Yoshimo out of there, trying to get Jahira out of there, and trying to get him to focus on Minsk and our main character. Eventually, he decides to do that. It's a bit of an awkward kiting session. Yeah. We want to gain the ability to cast spells outside as soon as we can, and we have another level up here. Our main character is leveled up.
So, where to now, fearless leader?
All right, so now that we've gathered ourselves after that fight, it's time to head down to Joaquin's Promenade, where we will do lots of thievery. Now, I'm not going to show most of it. I'm going to just kind of edit around it, but I'll give you the gist of what I'm doing. First off, we're going to head to the Armorer Fletcher. These guys have a lot of good stuff you can steal from both of them. Next, we're going to head to the spell store and steal every spell this guy has. And finally, we'll finish off in the Adventurer's Mart, where we can only steal from one merchant here, but the other two merchants have really good stuff. Rival Bardaman has really good stuff, as well as Deidre. And in the back, there is more spell scrolls for us to take for our main character to learn. And we also got a few level ups from scribing all those scrolls. Now, off to the docks. So Yoshimo tells us that it might be a good idea to go talk to Renal Bloodscalp, the leader of the Shadow Thieves. We run into a beggar here along the way, toss him a gold, hopefully offset some of that karma from stealing everything. And by the way, that's why I wanted to choose Chaotic Good, because a neutral good character, I would kind of have a hard time justifying all of the stealing we've been doing up to this point. We have a Mad Cleric here. Wants to embrace Cyric. I don't know who that is, but he's insane, so we'll murder him in the streets. Cannot cast spells, though, unfortunately, but he is a big pushover because he's not going to cast these spells either. At this point, he's just going to swing his quarterstaff and die. So, there you go. And luckily, the Shadow Thieves Guild House is right here, very close to the entrance to the docks. And this guy says, okay, we can enter. That's good. It's because we've been hanging out with old Galen, stealing from his bro upstairs. There's another merchant here, the Black Market Thief. Going to buy whatever I want from her. I'm sorry, steal whatever I want from her, sell it back to her, re-steal it as much as I want to get as much gold as I will ever need. This little room is your best bet for storing things. Any of the chests in here, you can safely store your extra ammo or whatnot. And in the back room upstairs, we can find Runa Bloodscalp himself, and we'll see what he has to say to us.
Yes, I'm still here. You'll have to excuse me if I stare, as you're not quite what I was expecting. From all I've been told, I was expecting someone larger. Yes, the details. How shall I put this? One of my guild houses to the south is run by a rather ambitious fellow named Mavar. Good thief, but I never liked him. Now I know why.
So yeah, find proof of Mavar's treachery. All of this stuff we're doing is not something a neutral good or a lawful good character would probably ever consider doing. But chaotic good, you're looking at a Robin Hood type character, or even worse, chaotic good characters are riding a really fine line between good and evil, and that's why I wanted to be chaotic good, so that I could steal all this stuff without having a bad karma or having it weigh heavily on my conscience. Anyway, right down the street here, right down the stairs, we come across Mavar's Guild Hall and another merchant who you can steal from. Gorch has so much good stuff for you to steal, and you can also sell it right back to him. He's really dumb. He has a low awareness score, or whatever role he has against stealing. It's really low, so just steal from him as much as you want, sell back to him, steal again, and you'll have enough money to buy literally anything that you want to buy. If you don't know how to steal, by the way, all you need to do is switch to Yoshimo while you're in the shop inventory, and an item, whenever you click on an item, a steal prompt will come up in the bottom next to the buy prompt. So, just in case you didn't know how to do that, since I haven't shown any of it on screen, and I won't be showing any inventory management, like I said, or any of that buying stuff. So,
Hello there.
here's Mavar.
I certainly hope you've got a reason to be bothering me, because I'm quite busy, as you can see. Or perhaps not. Scared you, did I? Fear will keep you honest.
Okay, so Mavar wants us to go to the Temple of Talos and steal a amulet from one of the priestesses. So, in order to do this the easiest way, it's better to wait until nighttime where the priestess will be asleep, rather than trying to pickpocket it from her, even though we could do that right now with our potions of master thievery. But before we head over there or do anything else, in fact, we want to hit this big room upstairs. All of these doors are locked, and as long as we've got our potions of master thievery, we should easily be able to unlock every single door and loot it, as well as disarm any of the traps up here on the northern wall. Just something really profitable for you to do for now. But we're going to head back to the slums and enter the copper coronet finally, which most people probably enter the copper coronet as soon as they leave Galen Bell's house for a nice rest, but we wanted to get our thievery out of the way first.
Stay back, or you'll regret it.
Okay, so we are challenged to a duel by this fellow who picked the wrong person, really, to challenge. But we're going to start out with a mirror image since we can actually cast spells here. We'll launch a crossbow bolt at him and then get our melee weapons out. Once the next round is started, we'll go ahead and try to cast Blur on top of that mirror image. Totally happens. He didn't have time to interrupt it. He's struggling to hit our mirror image body, so a Blur is going to just compound his difficulty in hitting us. And now all we need to do is wail away at him. As you can see down there, we do not have a haste spell, or else this fight would be over twice as fast. But no problem, we're about to rest anyway. And there he goes. Get a decent bit of experience here and the gratitude of telling his thugs off. Just leaves with his tail between his legs. What am I going to tell me mom? Tell him your friend opened his mouth to the wrong dude. Okay.
Is anyone willing to hear my plea? Anyone? You all know me. I've helped some of you. Is this the thanks I get? I've helped lots of your kind.
So we're not quite ready to take Nadia into the party yet. I'm sorry, Nalia into the party yet, but we do tell her we'll help her out.
Wassail for all. I be curious, friends.
I'm scouring for a band of desperate men to aid me in a gallant task.
So we decide to help the small dwarf here, even though he is the best fighter in the game. He has 5 pips of proficiency in axe, which is insane. He's got a great strength score. He's just an awesome fighter. Too bad he's chaotic evil. He's not going to mesh well with the rest of my party, and we've already got a plan as to what we're going to do. But for now, we will take him on, and he will be a valuable addition to the party while we do these quests for Mavar and Renal.
I got some cheap beer for you.
Now Bernard, he's got some decent items. He's much tougher to steal from, though, than anyone else so far that we've been stealing from. But I do recommend you quick save your game and try to steal as much stuff from him as you can. Just be patient. You will eventually be able to steal everything. Now that it's nighttime, we will head over to the Temple District, and the Temple of Talos is over towards the middle there. You can kind of see it down in the southwestern corner of the map. But we are going to be bombarded by a bit of dialogue here, so get comfy or skip ahead.
Listen to me, my brothers and sisters. Heed my words. We have been chosen as the recipients of a most holy miracle. One that should neither be dismissed nor ignored. I, Gaul, I who have been stripped of my eyes most mercifully, have been shown the truth that has eluded the sighted. The gods that you worship are false gods, icons that serve to increase the wealth of churches and heathens. Listen to them not.
Hold! You speak of blasphemy. The Morning Lord Lathander has always shown his benevolence and power. His presence among us is unquestionable.
Is it, priest? I ask all of you to question for a moment if what the priest says is true. Yes, his false god grants him power to fuel his spells, much as any wizard might possess. I say that the churches lie to you. They claim their gods are present, when they do nothing other than require your coin to fill their pockets.
No, what you're saying cannot be true. The gods have ever protected us.
Is that so? Have they protected you from famine? Have they protected you from disease? Have they wrought harmony upon Faerun? No, they have not! They lie and cloud your sight to gain your worship of their false images. I have stripped myself of their foul eyes, and I see what is the truth. The truth, I tell you!
You lie! You lie! The gods exist! Such words are a horrid affront to the gods! Surely you will pay for this.
Quiet! Listen to what he has to say.
I call on you to abandon your false gods. They have done nothing for you. Cast them aside and join me on the true path. Join me in the calling of the true sight.
What does that mean? Shall we tear our own eyes out then? Don't be foolish.
What shall we do then? Who shall we turn to if there's no gods?
But there is a God. There is the true God. The unseeing eye is here amongst us. He offers the faithful a clarity of vision, the true path to the divine. He offers you protection and succor.
Do not listen to him! He seeks to poison your minds!
What has your God ever done for me, eh? I'm poorer and no better off than I ever was.
Don't speak to the priest in that tone. The gods will be offended.
Don't you hear what he's saying? There are no gods to be offended. I say we see what this unseeing eye has to offer.
Aye, I wish to see.
No, my friends, you do not wish to see. Forget what the years of lies have taught your eyes. You wish to know. You wish to learn. These are the truths that the unseeing eye can offer to you. A truer gift that you'll not find amongst any of these other so-called deities. Come, witness the miracle of the truth. Come and behold the unseeing eye for yourself, and see the true God that is present amongst us.
No, do not go with him.
I'll do as I wish. I want the truth. Show me the unseeing eye.
Yes, show me.
Come then, those of you who wish to become the truly faithful, to witness the magnificence of the unseeing eye and the truth he brings. Come with me.
What are you doing? Are you mad? Quit your mouth, wench.
Aye, if you do not wish to see the truth, that is your business.
Come then, my faithful. Follow me.
This must not come to pass. The ever-seeing eye of Helm must be made aware of what they intend.
So we will follow High Watcher Oisig back to the Temple of Helm here to hear him out and see what this new cult is all about. This is a quest that is going to lead us to our final party member. And Corgan, short legs, can't quite keep up with everyone else, but so we're told to head down into the sewers where we should find Keldorn, a paladin who is not happy with the new cult either. But that's going to be a little ways into the future. For now, we're going to enter the Temple of Talos, and we'll send Yoshimo over here to the priestess's bedroom, who holds the amulet that we seek. She looks dead, but no, she's just asleep. Our potions of master thievery have worn off, though, so Yoshimo will need to have a decent lockpick there. And back to Mavar. So he mentions Edwin, someone who we are familiar with from Baldur's Gate 1. If you're not, he's an awesome dude.
I am Edwin Odesseron. You simians may refer to me merely as Sir, if you prefer a less syllable-intensive workout.
So we reluctantly accept Edwin's mission to murder a Cowled priest. I mean, they did, after all, steal our best friend or whatever Imoen is to us. Now, Edwin is going to be the sixth member of your party. If you're doing an evil party, you'll probably trade Minsk out for Dorn. But since we're not doing that, we will pick Edwin up for a time. But we are going to be dropping him and Corgan soon enough. And we come outside and we notice there is a fight. Looks like a vampire is fighting some shadow thieves. And you'll learn more about this. This war between guilds. Both of these guilds are competing for our attention. They want us to give them money so that they can help us find Imoen. The evil choice is probably the vampires, and the good or neutral choice is probably the shadow thieves. But you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, we're just going to head right over here across the market stalls into this this house, whose door is already conveniently open. That's good. And we have a room full of methods here. All we need to do is just make sure we focus them down one at a time. And this fight shouldn't be too much of a problem. We've gained a couple of levels since Irenicus' dungeon, or at least I should say we've gained at least one good party member in Corgan, and a couple of levels overall. A magma method. And you can see here we've taken some damage, so we're going to take the time to heal up before we go upstairs, as well as we're going to loot this room. But also we want to make sure that everyone in our party has a level 2 weapon equipped. Whether they have any proficiencies with it or not is unimportant. We just need level 2 weapons in order to damage these enemies that we're going to run into upstairs. So Jahira, we're going to continually try to appease Jahira, but first we're going to run upstairs with our main character by himself. We'll try to get all of the golems to attack him while he's fully spell buffed. And we are not hasted right now, but it should be okay. We should be able to get away without being hasted here, since everyone should be wielding +2 weapons against these golems. They should go down easy enough. They do hit very hard, though. As you can tell, my main character is taking one hit, and it did about 30 damage. So, quite a bit of power behind these golems' attacks, and they will also silence you. Or, I'm sorry, slow you, which is a big issue. Slow is not fun. You can see here, looks like we're going at about 5 frames a second, but no, our party is just slowed. So we're going to heal up, rest up even, and then head upstairs. After we level up our party, is, of course.
Declare yourself.
So we didn't even actually heal up. We decided to run upstairs. We are going to cast slow with our main character. And then we're just going to run in and smack this guy. Jahira cast Insect Plague, which is the bane of all mages. Anytime a mage gets hit with Insect Plague, he's done. He's out of the fight completely. We're not going to be able to damage him for a bit. That's why I've switched to all melee weapons here. I don't want to waste ammo shooting at this guy who can't hurt. But we are going to eventually be able to break through and tear down his defenses and kill him quite easily while taking no damage at all. Very, very efficient way of taking him out is simply casting Insect Plague with Jahira. You can see we have a few decent items here. We're going to loot the room and defuse any traps, and then head back to Edwin. See what he has to say.
My lackey's return, and none too soon. Has the cowled fool been disposed of?
Lots of XP for us there. So now we've just got a couple of fetch quests here. Right next door to Mavar's Guild Hall, we have the Seized Bounty, which we will enter with Alakir only, simply because Jahira has a scripted interaction here, and it will not end well. Do not enter the Seized Bounty with Jahira. Just go in by yourself. It's just the main character.
Average simple correspondence.
Edwin has been telling me you are, at the very least, competent. Fairly good at the sneaksman's trade, but a little ham-fisted when you fight. Exactly what I'm looking for.
So back to the Seized Bounty. This time we're going to enter the upstairs, which is safe to enter with Jahira. If you want to actually fight this guy, you can safely bring your whole party in there. But there is another way to deal with this. We can spare this man his life and bring Mavar back the dagger.
Yes, you have his dagger. Despite your useless appearance, you have done well. Yes, yes, yes. Truth be known, I'm not listening to you.
Well, you have surpassed the exceedingly low expectations I had of you. You now have the trust of Mavar securely in hand and have proven your competence to me once more, though just barely.
Okay, so Edwin decides to join our party to help us. Now, he is hands down the best mage in the game. He has so many spell slots due to his special ring, or I'm sorry, his special amulet that he has. He's just absolutely amazing as long as he doesn't engage in melee, which should be fine. You should never have that problem. You can see he has the key in his inventory, and right down here in the cupboard next to Mavar's bed, we find a pair of boots and Mavar's letter, which is the incriminating evidence we need to return to Rena Bloodscalp and complete the quest that he has given us. We'll give Yoshimo the boots of stealth there, as you can see. Now back to Renal. Lots of experience there. Lot.
Only the last part of our deal remains to be carried out. Go and eliminate Mavar, then, with my full authority.
Okay, so now we are sent to back to Mavar's Guild Hall, but this time everyone inside will be ready to fight. So we'll level up really quick and rest up, heal up, whatever we need to do, and we'll head back to Edwin's room. And then we are just going to wipe out these all of these thieves working for Mavar one at a time. Everyone's using ranged weapons right now just so we don't pull too many thieves into a fight with us at once. They can be kind of nasty if they get up on you. You can see they're chugging potions. Sometimes they'll chug potions of invisibility and try to sneak attack you, which can one-shot characters, especially Edwin. You'll see he only has 52 HP down there. Very easy to kill if someone gets their hands on him. But, you know, as long as you're hasted up and as long as you're focus firing targets, these guys should fall easily enough. Yeah, as you can see right there, he just disappeared. He's trying for a sneak attack. Doesn't quite work out for him. Now we are all melee, trying to get the most we can, the most damage per second we can. Because melee weapons are just superior in terms of damage in this game. Before we head downstairs, we switch back to range once again, just to prevent pulling any thieves that we don't want to engage right away. We see poor Gorch here. He's not much really. He explodes immediately, but there's lots of loot as well. Those thieves drop lots of loot. Now for the final confrontation with Mavar himself, we're going to spell buff to the max.
I've still those loyal to me, and they have warned me. We'll not lay down for you. Do as you must.
Not much to say about this fight, really. Just as long as you have properly spell buffed, and you can cast as many spells as you want with Edwin. He's got quite a few to choose from there, but mostly just concentrate Mavar down and then work your way around the room. I decided to work my way clockwise around. Do whatever you want. There is a priest over there that you could decide to focus fire first, but really it's not much of an issue. Everybody swinging their big melee weapons should end this fight without much of an issue. You can see our haste has worn off and everyone has that red crest on their portrait. That means they are fatigued, and that's going to slightly affect our stats, but at this point it's 6-on-1, us versus the last the rogue priest or whatever he is. And make sure to loot this room as well after you finish off these guys, because there's some decent loot to be had from Mavar himself and from the tables. And back to Renal to finish off this very big, very profitable quest.
The tale of your deed has already reached my ear. Such things tend to. Well done, I say. Your reward is well earned.
10,500 gold, along with 45,000 experience per party member. Pretty good reward, pretty worth doing, as well as you receive Edwin, the best mage in the game. I recommend everyone do this quest first as soon as you get out of Irenicus' dungeon, just for the pure profitability and Edwin himself.
I would impart a fine bit of business your way.
So we're approached by a creepy vampire.
It is not for me to say, at least not in full measure.
My mistress would have words with you about concerns you have no doubt developed on your own. She has watched you for a time, though she is not the only one. Those that you are asked to trust spy as openly or more so, and she offers a solution to your problems of privacy, among others. She is worthy of your trust. If you feel worthy of hers, come to the graveyard district in the near future, and she will speak her offer. Make your visit after the sky has darkened. She will not be there before then. Questions, questions. All will be discussed in proper course. Meet where discussed, and you will have your answers. Think on it, but the door is closing soon. Do not delay too long. Farewell.
Okay, so scary vampire lady, very weird, approaching us about a possibly better deal. And we hear Bruce again. He approaches us. Don't worry, Bruce. We're not gonna side with the creepy vampires, okay?
You have been waylaid by enemies.
So now on the way out of this district, we do get waylaid, and as you can see, the slaver wizard in the bottom left, he's a mage, right? The only potential threat in this entire fight is her. So just focus fire her down. She will explode immediately, and then at your own leisure, take out the rest of them. There's another spellcaster down there, but he is not as much of an issue as that mage. So we'll just take them out one at a time. Make sure everybody's using their whatever they're proficient with, and should not have any issues. These guys will drop a bunch of scrolls and some gold and some trinkets and stuff, so decent loot here. Now we're gonna head to the Myth Rest Inn in Joaquin's Promenade, just to get a difference. We're going to rest at a different inn than the Copper Coronet, just for a change of scenery. Why not? We'll see what kind of rooms this place has.
Never had
Lots of selection here, but we'll take the noble one since we're not actually royalty. So.
A dream of many things, of friends and family. These things always mean something, don't they? Do you remember these doors? I remember... I think... Yes, this was my home for so long. But it is too late to go back. They wouldn't have you now. They wouldn't have me. It had no use. Someone else does. He wants something. I don't know why. Those in the cows don't even know. Why don't I know? Do you remember Gorion? Or the others? I think I do. They were... No. Wait. They were the guidance. And there was much more to learn. But it's too late now. They are so far away. You are far away. Too far away to help. Why? Memory should stay, but he digs deeper. Pushes everything aside. I don't remember any of you. Do you remember Saravak or any other? I don't know. They sought your death and mine. They seemed so important at the time, but I don't remember them at all. Something else is more dangerous. Closer. I can feel it. Do you remember me? I can almost see. I want to, but too late. You will come too late.
She resists. She clings to her old life as though it actually matters. She will learn. It is a portrait of what has happened and what may happen. Do you cling to the past, or can you see through the pain? You feel the potential within, don't you? Will you cringe from what you know you want, what you can take as your own? You know what you want. It is you, after all, which has brought us to the dream. Nothing is real. Yet.